In 1966, two outdoor enthusiasts, Douglas Tompkins and Kenneth Klopp, launched the North Face brand. They started off selling backpacking and climbing equipment at their retail store. Venturing into manufacturing, North Face began to wholesale and manufacture premium-grade backpacking equipment. By the 1970s, North Face took another step in market expansion and began to produce outerwear. The reason they chose the name North Face was because the north face of the Northern Hemisphere mountains were the most strenuous to climb. They believed it represented their product image of high-quality equipment and apparel for extreme conditions. North Face looked at various variables when they segmented their market. At first, they directed it toward extreme athletes, who generally were young and male. However, women are becoming more and more involved, and so a women's line has been created. North Face has begun to resegment by manufacturing casual sportswear over recent years. They also focus more on the wealthy population. This is due to the fact that they wanted to focus on manufacturing high-quality products that would be able to withstand any treacherous weather condition. Price also helps dictate brand equity. They also have developed several series of clothing to appeal to different segments. North Face built a niche market by targeting outdoor-oriented consumers. They focused on drawing attention on climbers, mountaineers, snowboarders, and explorers. The age group they targeted was 20 to 35-year-olds, and so they needed to market to a young, hip crowd. They began to expand and focus more on casual outdoor market and stepped out of their niche. Their positioning strategy has been to build their brand on high performance and innovative quality products for their customers, although they have been working on producing comfortable and more affordable products.
Industry overview. The outdoor apparel industry is currently in the growth stage of the product lifecycle. The industry is characterized by an increase in profitability and competition, which leads to price decrease. Public awareness is also growing, and costs are falling due to economies of scale. Although the recession has caused some companies in this industry to go out of business, others are able to thrive due to the more than 137 million Americans participating in outdoor recreation and wearing outdoor apparel. SWOT analysis. Strengths. North Face is the leading name in apparel and outdoor equipment with high brand equity. Being highly fashionable and durable is also a key strength for North Face. Products are crossing over into the mainstream and are equally likely to be seen in the city or on a hike. Innovative designs have also been a strength for North Face. Weaknesses. Price sensitivity among customers may lead them to turn to cheaper alternatives. Products are still only used by the niche market. North Face also does not have a high level of product differentiation between themselves and other companies. The products are easily copied by competitors. Opportunities. North Face can further expand into the casual market and further communicate the value of the product to those in the mainstream and price-sensitive markets. Threats. Threats of rivals such as Patagonia and other outdoor apparel companies are prevalent. Geographical climates that are warmer are less likely to be consumers of the majority of North Face products. Entry into the industry is a threat because of the growing market, which is highly attractive to emerging firms. Because of the growth of this market and the imitability of products, threats of substitutes is a big issue.
Still a considerably new brand in the realm of outdoor wilderness chic trend, the North Face has shown the world that they are ready to compete within higher levels. The North Face brand quickly grew from simply jackets to entire lines of outerwear, including fleeces, hats, gloves, boots, and even camping equipment. Teaming up with JanSport, the world's largest backpack maker, they are able to account for nearly half of all backpacks sold in the United States. Their brand became well known within the college communities in the early 2000s, and the new technology and superior craftsmanship began a feeding frenzy. By the end of 2010, the North Face had annual sales of $1.4 billion after investing in new fabrics and using extreme athletes to market the brand. They have been extremely successful in pinpointing distribution centers around the world, recognizing its potential to take over the global market share of outdoor attire. The North Face competitive environment originally was targeted at satisfying the particular niche and was quite successful at it. This narrower subject allowed them to be the market leader of extreme environmental apparel. However, North Face expansion to a broader market has shifted its competitive environment. The A5 series line was created to create a more casual line of outdoor apparel, which already has a well-established market, bringing its biggest competitors yet in sight. Gore-Tex, Prana, and eventually Patagonia became major competition for the North Face to expand. They had to rely on their product's durability and price in order to compete in these well-established companies. Soon after, the North Face once again wanted to expand their boundaries and began product lines of running shoes and other warmer climate activities. These expansions brought about big competitors such as Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, which all geared toward more narrow affiliations. These big competitors are serious threats to the North Face and their warm climate lines. It wasn't until the North Face was purchased by Vanity Fair that they were able to sustain the income to compete on it.
When evaluating the overall market, we analyze 4 different factors: the barriers to entry, potential entrants, threat of substitutes, and bargaining power of customers. The barriers to entry in this industry are generally high. North Face and other current competitors are able to achieve their profits due to large economies of scale. They also have brand names and reputations that are difficult and costly to establish. Manufacturing of apparel and outdoor sports items requires large capital investment and distribution channels that are difficult to establish. A company with large capital has potential to enter the market if it is already established in the apparel industry, which would allow its brand reputation and its current distribution channels to carry over. Along these same lines, the learning curve provides a barrier to entry in regards to manufacturing, establishing suppliers, and creating an efficient supply chain. Potential entrants into the outdoor sports and apparel industry are low due to these high barriers of entry. However, the profitability and growth of the industry is undeniably appealing. Outdoor product sales grew 4% in 2010 to a total of $10.85 billion. This may attract large, established apparel companies with expendable capital to enter the industry. Another large threat of competition comes from the production of counterfeit goods. This not only takes away from North Face's market share, but also decreases the value of their products because of their subpar quality. The threat of substitutes in regards to low-end cost and quality jackets are high. Consumers looking for the bare essentials that a jacket provides can easily substitute a low-cost jacket in place of the North Face jacket. The bargaining power of large retailers and small winter apparel outlets is generally low. The North Face has a quality reputation, and most retailers and shops have a high demand for their products, along with customers.
Customers are trending towards highly functional as well as fashionable cold weather apparel to suit their cold weather needs as well as fashionable needs. North Face jackets are becoming known more and more as status symbols, which is especially evident in college towns across the country. Viewed as a premium product in the outerwear market, North Face continues to grow and looks to expand domestically and internationally. More emphasis is being placed on health consciousness and exercise, leading to a growing number of participants in activities such as hiking and skiing amongst other outdoor activities. The trending increase in outdoor activities bodes well for the future strategies of North Face to grow. The North Face would like to expand into the footwear industry, where they control only 5% of the market share, which companies like Nike, New Balance, and Adidas dominate them in. The North Face would also like to expand more into the casual wear industry and become a major player and develop their brand image as more as just an apparel for treacherous conditions. This would allow them to have greater success in warmer climate cities as well. Some of North Face's competitors, such as Patagonia and Columbia, have struggled to be the first to the market with innovative products, which North Face has built a brand on. Patagonia is constantly criticized for the impact their products have on the environment, where only 47% of their products are recyclable. The U.S. military has shown tons of interest in North Face products. This would be a great market to get into due to the stability and constant demand for extreme weather clothes in this industry. If the war in Afghanistan continues for years to come, North Face may try to work with the U.S. military to provide apparel for the treacherous winters in Afghanistan. Strategic uncertainties facing the company include the uncertainty of the economy in the future and the effect it could have on North Face and their high prices. If the economy struggles in the future, customers could start buying lesser quality but still manageable substitute products. Another strategic uncertainty concerns the effects that global warming and shorter winters could have on the company's functionality use. In conclusion, North Face continues to grow and looks for ways to expand into the footwear and apparel industry while still maintaining a strong grip on the extreme weather conditions industry.